Good morning, you grass-fed enchiladas. Welcome back to the channel. It's a bit chilly this morning and we have got tons of work to do. It is 3 degrees today, but don't you worry. I've got a big cock. I've got a big black cock. Oh, sorry guys. I've got a big black coffee. That makes more sense. That should get us a bit more spirited. What have we got to do to get today, gang? We need to, let me put my coffee down. So we've got to remove some of the blocks. We've got to lower down the biological filtration just so it's got more water, we can get more media in there. We've got to finish off the pipe work. We've got the electrics to do. We've got the blooming, the pumps to fit. We've got the piping to fit. We've got the, oh God, guys, we've got an absolute ton to do. So without further ado, Scooby-Doo, you legends, you lesbians, let's do this. Nice. Yes, guys, we have lowered down the biological section. We have sealed around the window. I'll just show you. So we have sealed all around the window, cleaned all that off. We've lowered down the biological, which is at the back of there, which is now going to work a lot more efficiently. We have got the cover back on the skimmer. We've got the pipe work done for the skimmer. So now it's time to get all the plumbing done behind there. Nice. Yes, you legends, we are back on Carl's Pond today. Now, we've been waiting over 2 weeks for the fittings for this. I don't want to start off by moaning, but I will. So this is our air source heat pump, you legends. And on the back, see all the pumps are plumbed in, filters all plumbed in. We've lowered down the biological, took a row of blocks off so we can get more media in there, get that moving. The shower during that storm blew into the pond, so that's out now. So we're going to fill that up with the media. The little legend Chase is just drilling the pipes, drilling the pipe that goes along the top for the shower because it didn't come with one of them. So these are our fittings, you legends, and it's a very coarse thread, as you can see, and that's what it comes with. That's just a cover and a cap. And that's what they've sent. Now, I could have picked them up from Perfect Ponds. The thread on that is nothing like the thread on this. So we're back to flipping square one, guys. But what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to pipe it up with a bypass so that basically we can run it without the air source heat pump, just so we can get the pond turning over, because Carl's got some fish on order and he has to keep putting them back. This should have been finished like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, but it is what it is. But yeah, the filter's all plumbed in. We've got valves on everything, so I'm going to do my best to get this plumbed in place, get all the pipe work in place, and then just put valves on so it can just bypass the air source heat pump. We're going to run the return underneath there and then back into the pond. It's a bit of a depressing start for the morning. We're in for some more cold weather too, so we're going to get done what we can here, and then we're going to get off to Luke's pond to get the fiberglassing done, because we're supposed to have highs of 10 degrees today and tomorrow, and then it's going to get colder again. Nice. Nice. So as you can see, it didn't come with, the shower didn't come with the top pipe, so we're just drilling 1-inch holes all the way along that pipe, so then we can get it in the shower. We've got our media, you legends. I think there's 2 boxes of that to go in, so they'll go in like that upright. Get the shower back together, hopefully with all the weight of all that in there it won't blow off again. So yes, gang, can't fill it up any more of that yet, because obviously we've got the skimmer, covers back on the skimmer, got our return over there. So without further a Scooby-Doo, guys, let's do this. Nice. Okay, you red hot enchiladas, we are back at Carl's Pond, and I haven't really done much filming. I just want to get this finished off for him. We have had an absolute nightmare with this job, guys. Well, we're not really with the building, so I quoted him for 4 weeks to build it. I think we come in 3rd under the next person that quoted, so we've pulled that off in 4 weeks, and then we come back to do the filtration. Obviously I was in Barbados for nearly a month, so but what happened was an electrician come while Carl wasn't here and sort of overkilled the electrics, and then charged him $2,000, and he was on a bit of a strict budget as well, so that's kind of ruined that for him. So yes, guys, we have come back and we've basically fitted the filtration for him for free. He's just got to pay for all the fittings and stuff, you know, so it is what it is. I love my job. Carl's an absolute flipping legend. So yeah, so I'm back today. I've been doing all my sticking and gluing. I'll flip you around and I'll show you. I'll show you the electrics at first, guys. So yeah, but there is a cable. There is an armoured cable there to feed it. But the person that's come and fitted that box, I've absolutely no idea whatsoever. It's got like a fuse board and everything in it with new cable, and they charge them an absolute fortune. So this is where we're up to, guys. There's our little control panel for our Burtons drum. That is all plumbed in nicely. So the drum is at that level, guys, because that's the waste pipe there, and above that there's a tray, and that tray has to be level with the pond water. So if it goes any higher, it's just going to empty down. So that is the level of the drum. But because of the there you go, that's all looking pretty dapper, isn't it? So originally the filtration was all going to go along here, guys, but because of that gap at the back, I've managed to get it all down the back. So as you can see, you lesbians, we've dropped down the biological. It's behind that shower there, just so it's got more volume of water in it. Now I'll take you around here. The fittings for that air source heat pump. It's been 3 weeks, and in the end I just got absolutely fed up. So what I've done, I went to Perfect Ponds and got some fittings which I've had to like literally cut and fabricate. So basically I've got these, and I've had to cut that bit off and just use that bit inside the original collar. I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, so it's just been a bit of a mission, guys, but I just wanted to get it all finished and all working for him. So here's his air source heat pump, as you can see, and you can see them, that's the end fitting there. So I've basically had to cut that piece off, use that end cap to poke that fitting through. Then I've had a threaded fitting to fit onto there, reduce that down to 1.5 inches and then around. So if I can squeeze through here, I'll show you the bit of the pipe work. It's a bit tight, guys. So this is what I've been doing today. You can hear that, it's my arse rubbing up against the fence. So gang, we have got our Burtons drum, comes out of there, down into a T. We've got this vari pump here that runs round and into our air source heat pump. So that's the inlet, goes through the heat pump and then comes out and then back up and along the wall and then back to our return, which is just there. Now what you have to do when you do these heat pumps, they run on a certain flow rate, guys. So you can see I've got a valve there and I've got a valve there and I've got one in the middle. So depending on how much flow he wants to use, you can restrict the flow and you can bypass. So at the moment with that shut, all the water will run through the air source heat pump and back to the pond. Whereas if it's too much flow, you can just open this one slightly and then some of the water will run up to there. So yeah guys, that is that done. And then the other return is there. That goes into another Evolution aqua pump, and that one is running through a valve and up into his backy shower. So that's the pipe work done this end. I've got to do the waste pipe the other end. I'm going to have to reduce that down to 4 inch and try and run that into his drain. And then it's just the air stones to go in here, the media to go in here, and air pumps for the pond. So I'm just going to backfill that pipe work down there and get the waste pipe in. And Carl, the absolute legend, is currently making me a nice bacon and egg sandwich. And I swear, like, he's like a mate, do you know what I mean? Like, literally, since we've been doing this job. And there's no way I could walk away. Like, he was like, oh, we'll have to leave it and you have to come back later when I've managed to get some more money. Like, because he was on a budget. Loads of people are, do you know what I mean? Especially in this blooming day and age. So, yeah, there was no way I was going to leave it. So we come in, started fitting it. But then, obviously, we've been waiting for them fittings and they just haven't ever come. So I think he's bought 3 different sets from 3 different people. One of them was wrong. One of them I've managed to use, but it was actually the same ones that I've bought from Perfect Ponds. So, without further Scooby-Doo, guys, I'm going to backfill that holes down here, get the waste pipe in, and at the end of this video, you're going to see this pond all running, all singing, and all dancing. The sun's bright. Nice. Yes, you lesbians. Today we are back. I'll show you where we're up to, give you a little walk round. We have got the legend Chase backfilling so we can get our air pumps in. We've got all our electrics done, guys, ready to go. Chase is a qualified electrician, so he's going to start sorting out all the plugs for that. We've got all our pipe work in for our skimmer. We've got our returns in. As I showed you in the last video, we've lowered down the biological. We've sorted out the shower, all the media's in there. We've got that all piped in, all the holes drilled in that. So what have we got to do today? We've got the waste pipe to glue and get all in. It's got to run down there, you lesbians, and kind of into that drain somewhere. We're going to have to cut a hole into that drain. All the pipe work's done the other end. We're just topping the pond up. All the valves are shut off. We've got our air stone for our biological. We've got all our media. So, you legends, I'm hoping by the end of today we're going to have this pond up and running, turning over. It's got to run for a week with nothing in it, just for that nitrogen cycle to take place. Carl's itching to get his fish in, so without further a Scooby-Doo, a doggy-doo and a big fat pile of poo, you legends,
let's do this.
Nice. Okay, you legends, we are back at the church and Carl's pond is finished, guys. Well, when I say finished, hang on one second. You know we're back at the church now. Yes, guys, Carl's pond is finished and running. It's cycling. He's going to let it run for a week before he puts any fish in there. All we've got to do is go back and extend the cable for the air source heat pump, because it comes with like a 2 meter cable and the power supply is like 5 meters away. So we're going to fit, you can't cut the cables down, guys, because it'll void your warranty. So we're just going to fit a waterproof junction box. Chase is going to do that, and then we're going to wire it into that box that you've seen that was absolute overkill, guys. Wow, there's such a big story about that. So yep, the pond's all done, but it has not been without a few issues, if I'm honest with you. The tiles that we fitted, Carl got the cladding. 75% of them were great, but there was like 25% of them that were like 3 mil out. They didn't interlock together properly. But we have grouted it, and it does look good, guys, don't get me wrong. But yeah, and this is sometimes why I like to do whole jobs from start to finish, because then I'm in full control of it. If that happened, I could just send them back like Terry's pond guys with all those broken ones. They actually didn't fit too bad. It's just the fact that half of them were flipping smashed. Yeah, so that was a bit of an issue. The coping for the top, when we priced it up, would have took us over budget as well. I think that was like 1,250 quid just for the coping. But luckily I managed to find some on eBay, and it said it was like it was an area that I was familiar with, which was like probably about half an hour away, but in fact there was flipping miles away, so I had to drive 2 hours to pick them up and 2 hours to get back. And then we had to cut them down as well, which also compromised it a little bit because that took a day in itself. But like I say, we did finish the pond on schedule in 4 weeks, which is what I quoted him for. And our quote was also £10,000 cheaper than the next guy. So I don't know what was going on with that person, and he was only going to fit a Nexus. When I say that, he included the Nexus and the stuff in that quote, whereas I just quoted him to build the pond. So he's gone with a Burtons Drum, which we have fitted for free of charge, because literally while I was in Barbados, he had an electrician come around. I think I've said this in the video already. He had an armoured cable running from his fuse box to where the pond was, but it was disconnected at the fuse box. And all it really needed was 2 paddle switches, one to isolate the power completely, another one for the air source heat pump, and then just some sockets. Would have been absolutely fine, because the Burtons Drum come with 4 sockets, 2 for the water pumps and 2 for the UVs. So yeah, that thing was absolutely overkill. But the problem was Carl wasn't at home when the guy come to do it. And he's just massive. Like, there's a whole fuse board in that box, guys, and it's just not necessary. Like, you guys know yourself that ponds run on very low wattage. The pumps, the 20,000 pumps run at like 180 watts or something like that. The bulbs are 30 watts each for the UVs. It's very, very low wattage, and it's all about wattage, guys. So yeah, that was a bit of a stumble, especially when you come home to over a £2,000 bill for it, and that was the money that he had to get us to install all his filtration. So he was very apologetic at the time, and he was like, I'll have to wait and put it off and save up. I was like, mate, do you know what? You've been making me more bacon and egg sandwiches, you and your wife. Your son helped us bale all the concrete in. There's absolutely no way. He's got fish on order that he's had to keep pushing back. I'm like, there's no way, mate. I'll finish it off here, because he's a mate now. Look, at first we met him, he was a customer, but when you get to meet these people and you're here and you chat with them and you hear all about the history and stuff like that, like, this guy is an absolute flipping legend, and he has not had it easy, let me tell you. So I just didn't want to walk away from the job. There's no way I could do that. So yes, we've fitted all that filtration and stuff for free, just because he's a flipping legend. Carl, if you're watching, mate, you are an absolute flipping legend, and I love you dearly. So he should have his fish next Saturday coming in. I'm going to go back and do a video on that, guys, showing you how to dip your fish when you get your fish, do some scrapes, check them for parasites, all that sort of stuff. So that is going to be up and coming in one of the next videos. Yeah, let's get back on track with this one. So I did make a few notes, guys. Yeah, that air source heat pump, the fittings for that, they come like yesterday. After I'd done it all, we was waiting 3 weeks. That was an absolute nightmare. Getting all the fittings just to plumb everything in, because it's winter. A lot of people don't stock. They don't keep as much stock. Do you know what I mean? Of fittings and stuff, but Perfect Ponds like come through for me, and I basically rinsed the whole of their stock. And then the legends that cannot be named, I owe him a mug, I do. He came through for me with pretty much everything else that we needed, so we could crack on with it. Yeah, so that was another little hold up as well. And it's not 5 minutes down the road, it's like a 40-minute drive from here to Cole. So but it was worth it. I've loved, honestly, I hope I don't sound like I'm moaning, because I've loved meeting Carl. I've loved meeting his wife, his daughter, his son. They're absolutely amazing people, and I'm sure they're going to be friends for life. So yeah, I love my job. I love my job, and that's why I didn't mind doing all the filtration and stuff. So we was working on a pond that was just up the road anyway, so it was no problem just popping down and doing whatever we could to get it back up to speed, guys. So yeah, the tiles was a bit of a mission, the coping was a bit of a mission, the fittings were a bit of a mission, especially for the air source heat pump, but it is all up and running, you legends. So you're going to get to see that shortly when I stop flipping waffling. What else? The glass, flipping out. I nearly dropped that, I've never broke a piece of glass, and I've said that, touch wood. It's not even real wooden floor. I should touch the fireplace really, but I've never broken a piece of glass, but I'm sure one day that will happen. Because I had to drop to my knees going up them stairs with that other one. Luke's pond, we're going to we're going to have 4 of us carrying the glass, so that should definitely help, because I think Brandon nearly had a flipping heart attack carrying that one. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this build. What I'll do is I'll put it all into a file, whatever, folder, so you can watch all of the whole series of us building Coles Pond. I won't waffle on too much. I have got the t-shirts, you legends. I don't think I'm going to do a flash giveaway, guys, because that just drove me mad, honestly. Not just the fact of the time it took to wrap them and post them and do all that sort of stuff, but it was just all the different messages from different people on different, you know, social medias and all that sort of stuff. But I will be giving the t-shirts away. I'm not looking to sell merch, you know, it's not my style. But I just don't think I'll be doing them on like 20, 30 at a time, because it just drove me mad. I think what we shall be doing is just like do like 1 or 2 in each video with people commenting or whatever. I'll get you to do something, trust me, like Paul Moon. No, I won't get you to Paul Moon. Anyway, that's enough for me waffling on. Coming up in the ending to this video is Coles Pond, all finished, all running. The Burtons Drum is fabulous, guys. It works a treat. You know, I can't knock it really. If there's anything I could say about them drums, is the build quality is excellent. The mechanical side of it is simple, so it's not going to break. You're not going to have too many issues with it. The value for money is second to none. Yeah, so you know, if you're going for a Nexus or a drum, I mean, drums vary in price and they can go from this to this like massively. So I think a Burtons Drum, it's not entry level, it's mediocre level. They work well, the screens are good, the biological's good. Yeah, so fully recommended from me. The only thing that I would say is the backy shower never come with the spray bar in the top. We had to make that, wasn't an issue, but if they had one that was literally made that you could just plumb in, that'd be good for Burtons. And also there's no waste valves to purge, you know, any crap and stuff out of the bottom, you know, that collects inside. I mean, I suppose you could just whiz it around with a stick or whatever and eventually it'll go into the drum, but in my experience, you do tend to get in the first bit of the drum a bit of sort of build up of crud and stuff, so it's always good to have a little purge valve, which, I mean, you could probably add that yourself with a little, you know, like a little valve and a 90-degree bend and a gate valve. So something we could do for Coles at a later date. The auto top up on Coles is just a hose pipe at the moment, but yeah, we're going to go back later and sort that out because he's having all his paving done and stuff. So while that's up, we can run a proper feed through. That's about it, guys. I won't waffle on anymore. If you're new to the channel, thanks for watching. Give us a like, it don't cost nothing. Subscribe, smash that notification bell. And all you legends that leave comments, you're the guys that have made this channel grow, and you're the guys that are going to get mugs, t-shirts and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I don't think I've offended anyone in this video, which is nice. Yes, guys, so enjoy this last bit of footage of Coles Pond all finished. Take care of yourselves, take care of your koi, take care of your loved ones. I love each and every one of you. God bless each and every one of you. And I'll see you in the next video. Nice.